Yo, what's good? You're 4-3 here back in the day, and today, guys, I want to talk about the brand new DLC cars that are coming to Forza in the month of November. But before we get into that, I do want to go ahead and say this really quickly. If anybody from Turn 10 or Playground Games is watching, please bring back the clue thread. I absolutely loved the heck out of the clue thread. You know, I learned so much about so many different cars. Even if that car didn't end up being the right guess, I learned so much about it, and I really want to see the clue thread make a comeback. You know, you could do all 8 cars for that game year, and I would be so happy about it. I would be so happy about it. I really would be. But right now, let's go ahead and look at the cars that we are going to be getting this month. So starting things off this Thursday, October the 26th, we'll have the chance to get the 2018 Ford Mustang GT Deberti design, which is a 2018 Ford Mustang GT, of course, with a wide body kit and an increased horsepower output to 750 horsepower, as well as some pretty cool blue aftermarket headlights, which I really like, and I hope to see those actually in the game. Which also reminded me of that Ford Raptor that we saw back in Forza Motorsport 7. Are we going to get the Ford Raptor Project Scorpio Edition in Horizon 4? Because that car would be so good for this game. It really would. It had green lights all over it. Honestly, an amazing vehicle. I want to see that one come into the game via like Forza on Shop Reward. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. But let's look at the other car that we have for that week, which is going to be the 2012 Lamborghini Gallardo LP570-4 Spyder Performante. Now, a lot of people have been asking for the Huracan Performante, but I'm actually really kind of excited to see the Gallardo Performante. Plus, as well, they gave us a Spyder variant. So, this is one of the few open-top Lamborghinis that we've had in this game. I do remember back in an earlier Forza, we did have like a Lamborghini Aventador SV Spyder deal, whatever, I can't remember what it was, and that was in the game. But this is honestly one of the very few Lamborghini open tops that we've had available. I'm actually pretty excited. I'm pretty excited about it, you know, especially when we get to that summer season, although I think, when I'm actually thinking about this, yes, this will actually be part of the summer season now that I'm thinking about it, because right now we're in the middle of spring. So this will be a great addition, especially, you know, just drive around the UK, the sun glaring down on you as you drive down the coastal road. Honestly, puts kind of a beautiful picture in your head, in my opinion. Can't wait to see this. 562 horsepower, all-wheel drive, going to be an absolute beast, and I am excited. But then the following week, which will be November the 2nd, we'll have the chance to get the 1991 Hoonigan Gymkhana 10 Ford Escort Cosworth Group A. Now, this appears to actually be a rally version of a Hoonigan Cosworth. Because the thing is, though, is I believe that we had the old Hoonigan Escort, which the old Hoonigan Escort was a drift car. This one appears to actually be a rally car, which I am really excited about. Because I love rally, guys. I really do enjoy racing around in rally cars in this game, and this is going to be another fantastic addition to the collection. But then, of course, after that, we have probably one of my favorite cars that I've seen from Hoonigan so far, and that is the 1977 Hoonigan Gymkhana 10 Ford F-150 Hoonitruck, which puts out 914 horsepower. And I was actually on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram today, and Ken Block kept, you know, posting like little snippets of this truck, trying to reveal it and everything like that, saying, we're going to reveal this in 1 hour's time. Make sure to be here for the big reveal. And then he posted a picture of it later on, like, wow, you guys all freaking guessed it. Because Forza actually leaked it. They leaked it ahead of the time. And that's honestly hilarious, guys. That is honestly hilarious. But this is essentially going to be a Hoonicorn, but in a truck format. I love that, guys. I really do. We don't get enough trucks in this game. Honestly, this is a fun game. Like, you know, we got a lot of race cars, we got a lot of off-road cars, but I would like to see more Chevy trucks, but, you know, they keep focusing on the Raptor. And I know it's the Raptor, but come on, give me a Z71 or something. I don't know. But then after that, we have probably one of the most guessed clue thread cars that I have seen in a long time, being the 2018 Alfa Romeo Stelvio Quadrifoglio. Now, the thing is, though, is I remember one clue in particular. They talked about, you know, it was a certain length of miles, and it was beautiful driving roads and all this sort of stuff. Can't remember the exact quote that was used, and everybody and their mom was guessing the Alfa Romeo Stelvio. But the thing is, though, the Stelvio Pass was not that long, And, then you would have the next week, and the Alfa Romeo Stelvio got guessed again, because everybody knew that there was going to be an SUV in the game. Everybody knew that every single car pack in Forza Motorsport 7 was more than likely going to have an SUV. So each week, everybody just kept guessing the Alfa Romeo Stelvio, knowing that at least one week they were probably going to be right. So, honestly though, this car is fantastic. When I tested it in Forza Motorsport 7, it actually did fairly well. I wasn't really too keen on like the Volvo XC90, which I thought would probably be a better SUV car. But this one actually worked out relatively well on the track. I was quite surprised. I was pleasantly surprised by it. Same with the Colorado. The Colorado, when that came in, everyone's like, oh, it's a crappy truck, none of us are going to use it. It's the best modern off-roaders vehicle in Forza Motorsport 7. It's fantastic, guys. It really and truly is. But then we come to our next car, which I'm actually really, really excited to try out, which will be the Maverick XR Turbo R, which I believe this one is going to be coming in. So summer, autumn, winter. Oh, man. Not too excited about the fact that it's coming in winter, although it'll still be a lot of fun to use there because it's going to be cold. But basically, we have some competition for the Polaris RZR finally. This one is, of course, more powerful, I think, but it is another side-by-side. I think that this is somewhere between the Lumacraft and the Polaris RZR. Never really driven a Can-Am before. I've driven a Polaris. I've driven a, oh god, what else have I driven? I've driven a Gator. I've driven a Kubota. I've driven quite a few side-by-sides, but I've never driven one made by Can-Am. So this will be the first time driving one, and I'll be doing it in a video game. Because those other ones I've actually driven in real life. I've driven those kind of vehicles before, and I can't wait to see what this one can do. Really, I'm excited. I'm excited. But then finally, our last week that we've been revealed so far, which will be November the 16th, we have the 2010 Vauxhall Insignia VXR. Just kind of a rather boring looking sedan, 322 horsepower, all-wheel drive. It kind of reminds me of it almost looks kind of Holden-esque, and I guess that would make sense because I believe Holden and Vauxhall are both GM cars, and I'm really getting that Holden feel from the wheels there. So I'm guessing that this is very similar to that other Holden car that we already have in the game, the other Holden sedan. I feel like this is probably just going to be an exact copycat almost, just different body, different badges, that sort of deal. But, hey, it's interesting. It's something different. I like seeing, modern street cars coming into this game. Like, that Nissan Sentra, I was really excited about. I was so blown back by that. Like, holy crap, we got a Nissan Sentra. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. Like, who would have thought that we'd get a Nissan Sentra in Forza? It'd be like getting an Altima or a Maxima or something like that. It's cool. It's cool. Then finally, we have the 2004 Vauxhall VX220 Turbo, which, honestly, guys, this thing, it looks exactly like a Pontiac Solstice. And I'm guessing that this is essentially an exact copy of the Pontiac Solstice. But we don't have Pontiac Solstice anymore. So, yeah. Fun little car, though. I'm sure it's going to be fantastic on the track. It'll give a little bit of competition to some of those Lotuses. I love this car. I really do. I think it's honestly fantastic little driver's car. I think it looks fantastic. I really, really do. There's really not a whole lot to say about it, though. Really not a whole lot to say about it. It's over here in the States, we called it the Pontiac Solstice. Over in Europe, they had it as a Vauxhall. It's cool. It's a cool little car. So, but anyway, though, that is where we're going to go and wrap things up for today. Leave a comment down below and let me know what your guys' favorite car is. I think mine is the 1977 Gymkhana 10 Hoonitruck. I really cannot wait to get behind the wheel of this thing. It's a nice little drift truck, and we don't really have a whole lot of drift trucks anymore because the ones that we got in the game, we got the Dodge Ram 2500 Power Wagon, a Ford Raptor, and the Colorado ZR2. Those aren't really driftable. I don't think they even come with drift suspension. But we do, of course, have the Ford F100, which you can make into a drift vehicle. But, having a nice another drift truck in the game, I'm pretty excited about. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. But like I was saying, that's what we're going to wrap things up for today. If you guys want to, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at twitter.com/Griffin13 and Instagram.com/Griffin13. And if you guys like this video, go and make sure that like button down below for us, because you guys already know your support is so greatly appreciated. And make sure to subscribe for more videos coming out all the time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out. Bye.